Good evening. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Police Commission. Today is January 26th, 2026. It is now 5:08. Calling the roll call tonight, this evening. We have with us Commissioners Nate Sumter,
Yeah.
Ron Palladino, Fran Collier-Clemens, and Tony Lopez. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you, Chiefs, for being here as well. Next item is the acceptance of the minutes of the December 15, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion, please?
I move
Motion.
approval.
Okay,
Fran
Commissioner
Collier-Clemens.
Collier-Clemens moves for the minutes. Are there any changes, corrections,
I have
deletions?
one.
Okay, Mr. Palladino.
On page 10, Commissioner Palladino thanked Mayor Rilling for his lifetime of service to the great city of Norwalk and to our country instead of county.
Very good. Important, small, one letter, but an important one.
Indeed.
Any others?
I have none.
Okay, seeing none, all in favor of the minutes as amended, please raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and I will abstain, and that passes. Moving on to public participation, is there, and let me just be clear that public participation, please state your name, your address. You have 3 minutes to speak on any item that is on the agenda, must be on the agenda. Is there anyone who would like to speak?
Yes, I have somebody from an iPhone, so I'm going to unmute them first.
Okay. Okay.
Whoever's using the iPhone, you are unmuted.
Seems like we lost them.
Okay, so I'm going to unmute Diane Cece. Miss
Okay.
Cece, you're unmuted.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm still Diane Cece, and I'm still speaking on behalf of East Norwalk Neighborhood Association. Forgive me, Mayor, I do want to just say something quickly that I wanted to say that Commissioner Lopez, you were exactly right in the prior meeting, and Mayor Smith, what Mr. Travis was speaking about is a complete misrepresentation of a number of facts. I'm going to put this in
Miss
writing
Cece,
and
I'm
ask
so
that
sorry, but
copy
you
the
have to,
commission.
you do have to stick with the agenda here.
Okay. Yeah, but I
We
just
can
want to
talk
make sure that
offline.
it's
We can
on the
absolutely
record
talk
that-
offline.
Okay. And I'll make sure that it gets to the, or you can make sure it gets to the commission. For
Mhm.
this agenda, on a happier note, thank goodness, I'm hopping on here because I noticed on this agenda that with the Officers of the Month recognition, there's a number of officers, and I'm sure they're all good, and congratulations to all of them. But I wanted to particularly point out Officer Roland Amparo. He is the community policing officer for East Norwalk. So, we get our very own again, and we're happy. He'll tell you a funny tale if he's on here, or maybe Chief Walsh would, that we didn't know about him until I think almost he was a year into the job, and he didn't know about us for East Norwalk Neighborhood Association. So I'll say that that's unfortunate, but we were both pleasantly surprised. He also takes a time when he is available, and that's on his own time as well, to attend our monthly meetings, as his predecessors used to do as well. In fact, they used to attend in person back, before the pandemic when we met in person, and we appreciate that. He's also provided the East Norwalk Neighborhood Association membership, which is thousands of us, with his contact information and his cell phone as well, so that people can reach out, non-emergency, obviously, but can reach out with him to share concerns that they may not feel comfortable raising in our meetings, but they want to discuss with him personally. He's also done a great job in terms of trying to stay on top of the bane of our existence over here with traffic violations. Not necessarily all the speeding stuff that you know about, but parking violations and things that really create a bad quality of life for us. And he's been right on top of that to the best of his ability. He's pleasant and professional. He can be funny. We appreciate that. And so I just want to congratulate him and say that this is a very worthy recognition. And I'm going to stay on because I'm not sure if Chief Walsh then is going to ask him if he has any information for you yet, because I know he instructed Officer Amparo to do some preliminary studies at Cemetery in Gregory, where the permanent yield is, by the way. That's not temporary. And I know that he was conducting those at different hours and different days last week to get a sense. And I'm sure he'll share those with us, but you may hear them this evening. And I went over my time again, and I thank you for indulging me. And congratulations
Thank you, Ms.
to
Cece.
Officer Amparo, all the officers, and the canine doggy too, of course.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, is there anyone else who would like to speak?
There is not.
All right, thank you. Seeing none, I will close public participation and move on to numeral 4, recognition, and I'll turn it over to you, Chief Walsh.
Yes, Mayor Smith. Good evening, Norwalk Police Commission. Yes, for the December 2025 Officers of the Month, is have to bear with me. It's a little bit of a lengthy list. It's Lieutenant Tomas Pogorski, Sergeant Sal Calise, Officer Russell Ouellette, Officer Max Sixto, Officer Roland Amparo, Officer David Nieves, Officer Chris Wazalewski, Officer Paul Wargo, Officer Taylor Equi, Officer Philippe Taborda and K9 Chance, and Officer Samantha Bardos. Honored to inform that they have been named and selected as Officer of the Month for December 2025. During this month of December 2025, the Community Police Services Division goes well above and beyond their already active outreach efforts to bolster relationships between the police and the community we serve. The spirit of this event is to provide holiday cheer to those less fortunate who may not have the resources to offer for holiday gifts. The entire division participates in multiple events intended to heighten the holiday spirit among members of the Norwalk community, with an all-hands-on-deck approach from its officers in the community policing, traffic, and behavioral health units. This tradition was started decades ago by Officer Cesar Ramirez, and his legacy lives on today. Their dedication to the Norwalk community goes well above and beyond their regular calls for service. This is much more than just a job to these officers. It is a passion to help those in need. Every year, beginning after Thanksgiving and continuing into December, the Community Police Services Division holds several Stuff a Cruiser events where the public donates new unwrapped toys to the police. The events are held in front of Walmart and TJ Maxx, which also donates toys. Due to the fantastic generosity of our Norwalk community, the police have 2 main events to give the toys to Norwalk children: the children's annual Christmas party at the Sono School, and a Santa event in front of the police department. Officers from community policing also distributed toys to children with cancer to the Malta House. As you can see, we did several events this year: the Christmas tree lighting, the Stuff a Cruiser Wreaths Across America. So they were very, very extremely busy by the list of events that they did. On top of their normal schedule, they were able to arrange this whole party. And it's not just that. We donate toys to the Norwalk Board of Education. We work with schools, domestic violence shelters, and other, as this outreach grows, we get a lot more demand for toys here at the department. So it's just it's an incredible event, probably one of the best outreach efforts in Southwestern Connecticut. And I'm proud to name all these officers as December 2025 Officers of the Month.
Thank you, Chief. And congratulations to all of the officers. I mean, these are officers, they're always in the community. You know, you see them everywhere. And so it's really great to recognize them. And I do want to say, you know, I know Chance has a very important job, but it's always so great to see Chance. And I was very honored that Chance attended my swearing-in ceremony. That was something very special for me. So it's great to see all the officers and Chance in the community. And congratulations to everyone. Okay, let's move on to the Chief's executive report.
Yes, for December 2025, the Chief's executive report. Currently, there's 181 sworn personnel as of December 31st, 2025. That leaves 2 sworn openings as we are fully staffed at 183. Personnel updates: Sergeant Shannon Sherry, administrative leave; Officer Stephen Luciano, administrative leave; and Officer Lillian Martinez, administrative restricted duty. 2 officers were on light duty status due to injuries. Sick days used in the month of December was 219. That was a little bit of a heavy month, but as we saw, the flu and other considerable, we had a lot of viral issues run through the police department. So we did have a lot of sick time in December. Workman's compensation days used 45.57. That's down 11% from November. Officers Kim and Corkins graduated from the Post Academy on December 2025. They are currently on field training. Officers Lowe and Van Slyke are attending the Milford Academy. We expect their graduation in May. And currently we have 8 current background investigations that are underway for future appointment to the April Academy as we are anticipating openings throughout the year. Civilian personnel updates. Currently, there's 21 telecommunicators. Supervisors are assigned to combined dispatch. Onboarded a Ricardo Velez telecommunicator. Currently, we are fully staffed in dispatch. 14 civilian employees assigned to support staff positions, fully staffed, and no further civilian personnel changes. Departmental initiatives and current issues. We received State of Connecticut Tier 3 accreditation. The award presentation was on January 8th. That was attended by myself, Deputy Chief Lepore, and Sergeant Mosier. Deputy Chief Lepore is our accreditation supervisor, and Sergeant Mosier is our accreditation manager. Ended 2025 with 79,561 calls for service. We also conducted a vicious dog hearing on 2 dogs from Cottontail Road. The dogs were seized post-hearing until mandated safety improvements are made consistent with the city ordinance. As an update, all of the mandated improvements have been done by the dog's owner, and the dogs have been returned as of today's meeting. The Viper 7 911 platform fully implemented in December. That is a 911 platform. It's a new program that provides text translation from the 911 caller to our dispatcher if they do not understand the language. And it also provides live video feed, something that we have been implementing for several months. In 2021, 32,000 911 calls. So activity remains robust in Norwalk. Year-end major crime statistics. Commercial burglaries, 2025, there was 15. In 2024, there was 25. We're seeing a 40% drop in commercial burglaries. Residential burglaries, 2025, there was 21. 2024 is 18. That's a 16% increase, but there's something unique. There was 2 homes victimized more than once. So that sort of skewed the numbers. Robberies in 2025, there was 13. 2024, there was 17. That's a 23.52% drop. Serious assault, 2025, there was 2. 2024, there was 11. That's an 81% drop. Shooting with victims, 2024, there was 3. 2025, there was 1. That's a 66% drop. Shooting with victim, shooting with no victim, 2024, there was 6. 2024, there was 4. There's a deduction of 33%. And there was 0 homicides being committed in the city of Norwalk in 2025. As you can see, I have attached several financial and administrative reports for your review. Patrol overtime up 46% from 2024, which correlated with the use of sick time that we saw in December. 45% of overall overtime budget was spent at the midway point of the fiscal year. 51% of the salaries account spent at the midway point of the fiscal year. Transfers have been made from the specialized divisions to the patrol division over the past couple of months to minimize patrol overtime spending. As you can see in page 3, there's an administrative report prepared by Mr. Dossimo, our administrative manager. Is the monthly report for December 2025. We were tracking our school security overtime, different various finance reports, some separate divisions, the uniform patrol up 46%, special services overtime up 26%, detective bureau overtime up 44%, training division overtime was down, but we have seen an increase. We will see an increase in January and February, March as we go into recertification and other training initiatives. SVU division overtime down 44%. OT accounts in 5 accounts being monitored up 20% from 2024 and up 45% from November 2025. As you can see, I've provided the state and federal asset forfeiture account balances for your review. Other miscellaneous alarm administration on revenue on the bottom of that page. Extra work, there was 749 jobs were requested and the client called off. That means they canceled 54. 628 jobs were worked, which is a 90% staffing rate. The officers worked 7,592 hours for 59 clients. Officers called off or called out sick out of 100 extra work jobs. The total police extra work overtime for December was $192,000. Wish to go review. I also have the salaries and overtime and the school security broken down on page 6, and the comparison of salary and overtime and sick time and comp time for your review. If you have any questions, please feel free.
Questions?
Chief, on the first page, that I think that's a typographical error where it says shooting no victim. 2024, there were 6, and that should be 2025 rather than 2024 again. Is that correct?
You are correct, Commissioner Collier.
Okay.
Thank you for
Thank you.
pointing that out.
Any other questions,
Chief-
comments?
Yes, Chief, crimes against society were up 37%.
Yeah, crimes. Are you referring to the email
Yes,
I sent?
yes, I am.
For the last quarter, from October through December of 2025, the state of Connecticut in the NIBRS, the National Index of Crimes, it's crimes against property, crimes against society, and crimes against property, people, and society. Crimes against society are arrest for drugs, cruelty to animals, prostitution, and other crimes that mostly come from self-initiated arrest. So that variable is you could see as almost as a positive because we're taking more self-initiated action against a lot of our smoke shops. So a lot of our that index right there is more or less driven by our self-initiated arrest by our narcotics division in the investigation over the 4 months of 2025 into the smoke shops. A lot of that index was also up consistently throughout the state of Connecticut, but we bypassed a lot of the numbers in the state of Connecticut in comparison, and a drop of crimes against society and crimes against person.
Thank you for the explanation. I appreciate it.
Any other comments or questions?
Thank you, Chief, for the report. Appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Chief,
thank you. And it's really great to see those, the crime statistics coming down overall. So well done.
Thank you for the added pages in your report. It's very helpful. Very
Yeah,
helpful.
I'm going to provide those moving forward. I understand it provides a little bit more context.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Let's move on to the operations report. Deputy Chief Blake.
Deputy Chief Blake had to step away.
Oh, okay.
So he texted me earlier, so he couldn't stay.
Okay.
He had something going on. For December 2025, the operations report. We'll start with the Detective Bureau. In December 2025, they opened 40 cases. A suspect arrested on an outstanding warrant charging a sexual assault third. We assisted the Boston Police Department with the execution of a search warrant at 14 Fairfield Avenue and the apprehension of a suspect wanted for an arson of a police car that occurred in their town. We extradited a suspect from New Jersey who was wanted for a larceny third. As you could see, the indexes provided in the chart above show down in practically all. We had 0 commercial burglaries. We had 1 residential burglary in December. We investigated 1 burglary into a motor vehicle, 0 robberies, 8 larcenies. We conducted 8 death investigations, all determined to be from natural or medical causes. 0 overdose, 14 other investigations, probably fraud and other larceny crimes, and we investigated 2 sexual assaults.
Questions, comments from anyone?
In just in regards to our special services division,
Mhm.
they executed search warrants at the Smoky Bear and One Stop Smoke Shops and seized 3.5 pounds of marijuana. 2 arrests were made. Served the arrest warrants on a suspect in a narcotics sale investigation. Suspect charged with 4 counts of sale of narcotics, and arrested a narcotics suspect who possessed 14 grams of crack cocaine. They opened 25 cases, made 17 felony arrests, 3 misdemeanor arrests, executed 6 arrest warrants and 2 search warrants. So year to date, they opened up 396 cases in 2025. So Commissioner Palladino, that's somewhere where your data is coming from December 2025, which is driving crimes against society. Special Victims Unit, several ongoing investigations, forensic processing of several devices is multiple ongoing investigations. We opened up 56 family violence cases. Year to date, in a total, they opened up 467 cases. As a year for the year, they opened 50. They made 15 felony arrests, 16 misdemeanor arrests, 17 arrest warrants, and 10 search warrants. Marine Unit, as we traditionally know, is slow in December. They had 3 calls for service, but year to date, they investigated 238 calls with 23 rescues. Winter maintenance being conducted on Marine One, awaiting the arrival of the new Marine 123, which we did take delivery of in January, the new addition to our fleet, which we did, which was purchased off a capital project. We waited a year and a half, but we did take delivery of the new boat. The abandoned vehicle unit, 65 calls for service, resulting in 10 vehicles towed off city streets. First platoon officers responded to 3 separate incidents of family violence where the victim was assaulted. Officers responded quickly, stopping these assaults and arresting the offender. Each victim received medical aid and was referred to family violence services. Second platoon, on December 12th, an officer on patrol observed the wrong-way driver entering I-95 on the Fairfield Avenue off-ramp. The officer drove after the vehicle with lights and sirens activated and stopped it just before it entered oncoming traffic onto the highway. Third platoon, on December 12th, where officers investigated a family violence incident on Old Saugatuck Road. The suspect, who was believed to be armed, barricaded himself in the house and refused to surrender. After several hours, the emergency services unit, tactical response team, and crisis negotiation team resolved the incident. However, the initial response and supervision by the patrol division helped ensure a safe and successful conclusion. Total arrest, 188. Calls for service, 5,804. As you can see, it's broken down by platoon. In regards to day shift, evenings, and midnights. For operations, special selective enforcement, for a year, 14,090 citations were issued in the city of Norwalk. So it resulted in 14,000 car stops, which is a record high per capita, probably driving some of our traffic calming and other public safety initiatives. 2,000 tickets were given out for traveling too fast. 1,505 for stop sign. Probably 171 people were arrested for DUI. So that is a record number in this city. So our traffic unit remains committed to that initiative. 1,339 cell phone tickets. As this commission is known, you've seen a steady progress in all our traffic initiatives, and that is a banner year. And I'm proud of the traffic unit for doing that much work, and the rest of our patrol officers within the patrol division.
Yes, and I can attest it hasn't gone unknown. You know, a lot of people comment on the amount of traffic you guys are doing, and it's a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I added this one. It's just a breakdown, a further bar graph of our Detective Bureau activity. It provides a little bit of a clearer snapshot than the earlier chart that was provided there in regards to the activity for December versus 2024.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Great report. Thank you again, Chief Walsh.
Thank you.
I have
Okay.
none.
All right, moving on to community affairs. The December Community Policing and Training Report, Deputy Chief Dinho.
Good evening, Mayor, Police Commissioners. For the month of December, ending the year 2025, total calls for service handled by community police was 532. They had 22 community outreach events. December is traditionally one of our heaviest months. The AAA Traffic Safety Summit they attended, the West Cedar Bridge opening press conference, City Hall Christmas tree lighting, multiple Stuff a Cruiser events, the Kids Fun Run Escort at Veterans Park, the Wreaths Across America Escort, the Marvin Senior Center Christmas Party Outreach, the St. Ladislaw and St. Joe Church Escort, Ludlow Senior Center Christmas Party Community Outreach. There was a funeral escort, Norwalk Police Department Annual Kids Christmas Party at the Sono School, the St. Matthew Church Breakfast Outreach with Officer Nieves as Santa Claus again, the Stu Leonard's menorah lighting, the menorah lighting at the Norwalk Green Outreach, delivering toys to children with cancer, community outreach at Room to Grow Daycare, community outreach in front of the police department with Santa passing out toys, the toy deliveries to Malta House, Santa Claus Escort in Silvermine, which we call Silvermine Santa, and Officer Nieves as Santa Claus again at the Matthews Church Mass, Kwanzaa celebration at City Hall. There was 2 of those. Our traffic unit for the month of December had a total of 417 motor vehicle stops. Of those, 111 were Norwalk residents, and 15 of those were from out of state. There were 9 DUIs, 2 DRE evaluations, 1 cell phone violation, 39 speed related, 14 for stop sign, 45 for traffic lights, 3 had suspended licenses, 5 had no licenses. There were 3 with no insurance, 9 parking violations, and there were 5 child car seat installation, abandoned vehicles. There were 5. For the accident reconstruction thing, thankfully, there were no new accidents. They continue to investigate the 4 serious motor vehicle accidents from November, with 9 warrants submitted to the court and still pending. For major selective enforcement locations, there were 54, and there is a listing there of all of those. And as usual, the ones that are in red come from the Yukon traffic database that study crashes, and then we deploy officers to do selective traffic enforcement where we see that there are hot spots for accidents, and the ones in green are from resident requests. The behavioral health unit opened 29 cases. They addressed them all. Of those, they closed 9. 18 were hospitalized. They did not part with the state's attorney for any this month. 4 were referred to service, and they did not work with families on any this month. The training division held 15 classes, and they taught a total of 176 officers. Norwalk Animal Control, they had total incidents of 30 addressed. 3 of them were dog bites. 5 infractions were issued, 0 summons, and 1 dog was adopted. And on the following pages, I have a breakdown for you of all the officers and classes that were attended. The heaviest class that we have, which is one of the reasons that we have such high numbers, is body camera training for that, and where they did just about every single officer in the police department in the month. And then you'll see the other couple of courses that are outlined there with attendees.
Thank you very much.
Just Mayor, if I
questions or
may,
comments? Go ahead.
Deputy Chief Dillon, why don't you explain what the training in regards to the body cam, in regards to our transition to the new Axon program to the police commission, please?
Absolutely. So we train the officers, refresh them on body cam usage every year. However, the chief has implemented a new update to our brand new body cameras that were just rolled out, wherein the body camera unbelievably translates other languages back and forth between the officer and the member of the public. So if they're speaking other than English, the body cam can automatically detect what language is being spoken by the individual, and it translates it to spoken English for the officer. The officer then responds in English, and it simultaneously translates it back to the native language of their person they're speaking with. Which is unbelievable technology, but we have it here at the Norwalk Police Department.
How's it working in real time?
It works very well. We've tested it several times, and it is unbelievably reliable and quick.
It's fantastic, you know, in a city
Fantastic.
as diverse as Norwalk, where we speak 50 some odd languages here. It's incredible that we have this technology and that we're using it. So well done.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for that
Anything else?
explanation, Deputy Chief.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank you.
Commissioner.
Thank you, Deputy Chief.
Thank
Great
you.
report.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and moving on to the December administrative report, Deputy Chief Lepore.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
For the administrative report, beginning with our grants and inspections for the DUI grant hires, we had 8 hour shift hires for the month of December, resulting in 41 motor vehicle stops. 36 infractions were issued and 8 DUI arrests were made. For December, the DUI ended its first quarter of 2025 there, and with a total of 106 motor vehicle stops, 104 infractions issued, and 18 DUI arrests. So that was from October 1st through December 31st. For the JAG grant, we had 4 8-hour hires, 2 of those plus 2 additional 4-hour hires for additional officers in the Sono area on New Year's Eve. They just supplement officer presence there for have an additional presence. For Project Safe Neighborhood Grant, we are still waiting written confirmation regarding the award. Staff inspections, the annual staff inspections were conducted for Special Services and the Detective Bureau funds. They were all conducted in the month of December. All funds and accounting practices were in compliance with department policy. There's no monetary discrepancies were found in either of the divisions. For the crime scene unit, we had 76 persons fingerprinted. 25 of them were for pistol permits. Our year-end totals for 2025 is 1,232 overall, and 392 pistol permits were issued for 2025. They had 27 case requests for DVDs and photos. 12 cases were processed for evidence. 111 patrol cases were processed for photograph downloads of any type of scenes that patrol took pictures of. 12 cases were delivered to the State Forensic Lab for processing, and 24 were returned back to MPD. 16 vehicles remain stored pending court cases in our lot. One background was conducted for massage therapists from Angels Reflexology. We had no solicitor permits and no pawnbroker precious metal permits were requested. And Hat City, that's a typo there that should have been taken out because we had no permit requests. We had 2 vape shop applicant backgrounds were processed, and the CSI van was not deployed during the month of December. For professional standards and accreditation, we worked with Corporation Counsel on multiple legal and FOI cases last month. We had 1 student from UNH interviewed for an internship, and they are expected to begin actually next week, the end of January. Directive changes are currently being drafted and reflect any legal or CALEA updates for them. And those actually also have been distributed this week. For our body and dashboard cameras, so as you know, yes, we replaced all of our body cameras. So every officer got a new updated body camera in the month of December, and that's where that annual training took place. And now that we also have the translator that the chief and deputy chief spoke of, that's also in place with the new body cameras. We had no replacements or malfunctions reported. We had 38 new case requests for videos. We had 14 cases downloaded onto disks. We had 14 electronic shares with Stanford Court, and we had 7 internal requests. The performance are conducted on a monthly basis for all the officers' equipment usage and tagging. Activation rate for the month of December was at 83.5, and the overall department average still remains at around 85%. Communication takes place on a regular basis for any issues, concerns, or troubleshooting. And we trained all sworn personnel with the new Axon Body 4s. And this was part of our contractual hardware upgrade agreement with Axon. And the annual training is required in accordance with departmental policies. All our old cameras were all packed up, and all the docking stations, they were all inventoried, and we shipped back to Axon. For accreditation, as the chief said, we received our state accreditation in January, but we were collecting our annual and year-end reports, setting up files and policies and documentation for the new year going forward for our 2029 audit, and we are creating our quarterly single-year files for 2026.
Thank you,
It's a
Deputy
busy
Chief. Thanks
month.
for the report.
Great
Comments or
report,
questions?
Deputy Lepore.
Thank you, Deputy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Lepore. Great report. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you very much. And moving on to personnel matters. Item A, course approval for Deputy Chief Joseph Denho.
Yes, Mayor, Deputy Chief Dino has submitted an application for course approval to attend Columbia Southern University to obtain his bachelor's in science degree in criminal justice administration. He has listed all the proposed courses that he needs to graduate. Understand that my proposed course of study and degree program, as well as each course must be approved in advance by the Police Commission. The course of study must be in subject areas such as criminal justice, which will significantly contribute to the employee's value as a police officer. Individual courses that are not in such subject area will be approved for reimbursement, provided they are part of the degree program approved by the Police Commission. He's respectfully requesting the Commission's approval to pursue a Bachelor of Science degree in criminal justice, followed by a master's.
Any questions?
don't
I have
think we-
none. Just
Where do
wishing
you
you the
find the
best.
time?
Right? Good question.
Oh, he'll find it.
Awesome.
I didn't think he can get any smarter.
I agree. I
Well,
agree.
Congratulations, Deputy.
Is it,
for
Congratulations, Deputy Chief.
another degree.
An
I'd
excellent
like to move
endeavor.
approval.
Thank
I'd
you.
like to move-
Excellent endeavor. Okay, all in favor, please raise your hand.
Aye.
Mayor,
Aye.
Okay, that is unanimous, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
you
All
need a
right, moving
tutor?
Moving on to tuition reimbursement for Lieutenant Robert Zwillich.
Yes, he currently has a bachelor's degree. He's attending Seton Hall University to obtain a Master of Arts in Law Enforcement and Executive Leadership. The courses taken are evidence-based policing and data and current legal issues. The 6 credits to a total with fees of $9,340. He's asking for a 50% reimbursement totaling $4,670. This certified that the Police Commission gave prior approval for reimbursement for these courses at the meeting of August 2023. Lieutenant Zwillich has provided his transcript with grades. He got an A in both. He has provided his receipt from Seton Hall University and the minutes from August 2023 in which this commission approved these courses.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
Well, congratulations.
approval.
Okay, yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. Congratulations
Congratulations.
to, yes,
Mayor?
yes.
Yes.
I'd like to move approval of this tuition reimbursement for an amount of $4,670.
Thank you for catching me on that. I appreciate it. And I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Raise your hand. Aye. Okay. And that is unanimous. All right, moving on next to course approval for Officer Mark Gozella. If I could have a motion, please.
I'll make a motion. for
Okay,
course
thank you.
approval.
Thank you, Commissioner Sumter.
Yes, Officer Mark Vasella, one of the newer officers on probably a couple years. He currently has an associate's in criminal justice. He is trying to obtain a bachelor's in science and public safety administration from Charter Oak State College. He's asking for approval in statistics, cultural diversity and public safety, political and legal systems and public safety, counteracting terrorism, in strategic planning and public safety. The above courses are necessary to complete my degree. Thank you for your consideration.
Okay, so questions or comments?
I'm sorry, there's also, no, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I think we have to do both, do
Yes.
them separately. Yeah,
Yes, you are correct. Ma'am.
yeah. All right, seeing none, all in favor, please raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
All righty,
Aye.
unanimous. Okay, great. And then on to tuition reimbursement for Officer Mark Vozella. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, so moved.
Yes, he recently completed at Charter Oak State College for his Public Safety Administration Bachelor of Science, Global Emergency Management, Human Resources, Public Safety Communications, and Research in Public Safety and Nutrition. For 15 credits total, the total was $5,566.25. Officer Rosella is asking for a reimbursement of $2,783.12. This commission approved the taking of these courses on August 18, 2025. Officer Rosella has included in this package the course approval, his transcript, he got 5 A's for all 5 courses, and his receipt of purchase from the university.
Any questions on that reimbursement?
I have
Seeing
none,
none,
Mayor.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 Mayor, I
Yes.
think for the record, we should make a motion for the reimbursement in the dollar amount, so it can be in the records.
We can do that. So let's go back to the dollar amount was, for the record, $1,380.32. Do I have a motion for that amount?
So move.
No,
Okay.
2,000.
No, it's
$2,000.
$2,783.12.
Yes.
All right. I'm clearly looking at the wrong page.
Mhm.
All right. 2,000.
$783.
I don't see it. I'm looking at the wrong page. So again, the figure.
$2,783.12.
Okay, thank you
That's
very
for
much.
Mark Bozella.
Okay, and so all in favor of that motion with the amount, please raise your hand. Okay.
Aye.
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 Okay, thank you. That's unanimous. And moving on to informational items, complimentary letters.
Yes, received a complimentary note from a person who unfortunately had their car broken into at Cranberry Park.
Mhm.
A quick note to let you know, one of your officers, Officer Boa, his name is Hans Boa, who transferred from the Milford Police Department about 1.5 years ago, made a bad day much brighter thanks to his professionalism, kindness, and yes, wonderful smile. On Sunday, 11:30, I was walking her dog at Cranberry Park, returned to her car and found the window broken. Officer Boa showed up and was right on the case, following through with the information. I found out that a fraudulent credit card charges were being made from her stolen credit cards. He was very thorough, asking which Stop and Shop, and drove there afterwards, finding my discarded wallet and some photos in the parking lot. While at Cranberry Park, he was on the phone with a different credit card company. He was busy trying to get the broken glass out of the driver's seat. When I told him I didn't want to tow the car, that I couldn't drive it home. He made sure there was no glass that could hurt me on my way home. He was such a good energy. And I wanted to let you know I really appreciate what he did for me. So unfortunate times, but she had a very good experience with Officer Hans Boa.
It's great. It's great when, people actually take that extra step to send a
Absolutely.
note. So very good, because our department does such a great job.
And it speaks volumes to the officer. That's great. Thank you.
Absolutely. Before we adjourn, I just want to take a moment to thank all the commissioners for your willingness to continue serving. and congratulate you on your reappointment to the Police Commission, of course, the Traffic Authority as well. But I certainly note your service to the city of Norwalk and to our excellent police department. And thank you, and look forward to working with you.
Likewise.
And I will.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank
You
you,
are quite
Mayor.
welcome.
Yes.
You are quite welcome. And I will call for a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
All in favor, please raise your
Aye.
hand.
Aye.
Okay. Have a great evening. Thank you so much.
Well,
You too,
Have a
Mayor.
good
you.
evening, everyone.